I switched this up so that the pancake on the left has yellow rings around the outside, and the pancake on the right has brown rings around the outside, so that it's easier to tell them apart. Yeah, so I guess I'll just start connecting them. So I'm taking off my glasses and putting my mask on. Okay, let's see. So the brown ring has 4 other rings through it. Let's see, this is a brown ring, and this is a brown ring. So then this is a brown ring, and it has 4 other rings through it. Okay, cool, yeah. So I'm pinching the brown rings on the left pancake, and then I found the ring that is connected to both pancakes, and I can tell when I pinch it between my forefinger and thumb, I can feel 2 rings on the left hand side, or on the right hand pancake, and 2 rings on the left hand pancake. And the two rings from the left hand pancake are yellow ones, and each one of them has 3 rings through it. So here is a yellow one in my left hand, and I'm going forward. The pancakes are concave down, and the yellow outer pancake, the pancake with the yellow outer is on the left hand side, in my left hand, and the pancake with the brown outer is in my right hand. Okay, so yeah, after locating the brown ring that's connected to 4 other rings, I'm picking the yellow ring that's one of the 2 yellow rings connected to that brown ring, and it's forwards. It's in front. There's one that's closer to me, and then there's one that's further ahead. And I'm picking the one that's further ahead, and I'm going to try to grab... Okay, so I've grabbed also a brown ring from the pancake on the right-hand side, and it's also the one that's forwards. So now I'm lining up the 2 gaps. And the 2 rings, I'm gonna make them 90 degrees from each other. So like 2 planes 90 degrees from each other, and I'm trying to line them up right where where did the gap go? There it is. Okay, I'm trying to line them up right where the gap is. And how do I know which one of the 90 degrees is way easier to do than the other one? Yeah, so I'm lining them up 90 degrees from each other. I'm also they keep sliding in my hands. I'm surprised at that. So like I think I'm about to line them up, and then I don't. How is this happening? There we go. Now I can feel they're engaged. Okay, cool. I slipped. Nope. What did I just do? I don't know what I just did. Well, that's annoying.
I think it just didn't actually clip together.
Okay. All right, let's see if I can find the brown again. So this is a brown, this is a brown. So then this is a brown. Yep, that feels right. Okay, then get this. So it just didn't actually clip together. Wow, this is harder than I thought this part would be.
I think they're a little more closed than you might want them.
There we go.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah,
it
that
so fast.
that time it was so fast. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what was different that time. Anyway, okay, so I just hooked. So I knew that the yellow one, the one on the left-hand pancake, it had 3 rings through it, and now I've put 1 brown ring through it. So now it has 4 rings through it total. So now I'm going to fidget it until the part where the gap is up towards the top. So I actually rotated it back through the other ring. Thanks. So the ring that it was through earlier and the original ring that it was through, I rotated it back through that a little bit, just to make it easier to grab the two arms on either side of the gap with the pliers and then bend it into place. And I guess I'll use my fingers a little bit there. Okay, so I know for sure that this yellow one now has 4 other rings through it. And then that means that if I keep track of that yellow one and find a brown, so I'm pretty sure this one's brown.
You just connected to that yellow.
Yeah, so this one is brown. I found it again by maintaining knowledge of where the yellow one was, and then I just found on the right hand side of the yellow, connected to the right hand pancake, which has the brown rings around the outside. I can feel that the yellow ring has 2 rings on the left hand side and 2 rings on the right hand side by pinching it between my forefinger and my thumb. And on my thumb, I can feel the left hand side and the right hand side. And so that's how I find the brown ring that now has 3 rings through it. And then I just go for the next yellow ring, which feels like this one, and I'll try to line up where the gaps are and squeeze them together. And again, they're going to end up being facing each other at 90 degrees. And then I'm able to push it through. So now the brown ring, the one on the right-hand pancake, has 4 other rings through it. And I'm going to try to rotate it so that the gap is easier to get to, if I can. Maybe I'll just rotate it this way. There we go. Okay, cool. So I rotated it so that so the brown ones, I'm rotating it so that the gap is away from me, and the yellow ones on the left-hand pancake, I'm going to be rotating them so that the gap is towards me, and that makes it easiest to grab at the on either side of the gap, and close the gap, close the kerf. And these closings I'm doing all the way closed as it can be, because this is it. This is the last thing that we need to do with these rings. And this is going to take forever at this pace. Am I? Yeah, it keeps rotating on me. Okay. So that one is a brown one. And if I grabby, I can tell this one must be a yellow one, and it seems further forward. And also I found the gap, so it's still partially open. So then I want to find, so that's a yellow one that I just found that's going through the brown one that I just closed. So then I want to find the next brown one on the right-hand pancake, rotate it so that I can feel the gap in between my forefinger and thumb. And then I have the brown one and the yellow one. I can feel the gaps in both of them, and I'm going to line them up so that they are kind of 90 degrees to each other and try to, nope, not so easy on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna try to, I guess if I can kind of line them up first. Yeah, okay. So it feels a little bit better. What I just did was I didn't try to push them through. I just tried to make sure that they met and that the gap for each of them met. And I didn't try to do the 90-degree lineup initially. I tried to do that only after getting them to touch each other. And that kept it from rotating out from within my grasp. So that how would you describe what I just did? Whoa, that opened that up too much. Okay. Yeah.
So if it's lined up, like if the two rings that are partially open in different ways are lined up in the right way, you aren't really going to need to use any force to connect them. Like, you're not really going to have to push very hard at all, because they're just going to kind of fall into each other once they're lined up.
In just a sec, for the opened up in different ways, she means that like one of them is like the gap is the left side is up and the right side is down as the ring faces away and from you, and the other one is the other way. Right side up, left side down versus left side up, right side down. Yeah, is that?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, cool.
You know, like, kind of like Mardi Gras beads, like, they're necklaces that you can get as, like, party favors, and they have, like, round beads with little connectors in between them.
Brown and yellow. So the brown on the right-hand side that has 3 rings through it, and the next yellow that only has 2 rings through it. Continue.
So when you take Mardi Gras beads and you cross one part of the chain of beads on top of another part, you can squish the bead chains into each other. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not familiar with Mardi Gras beads.
Oh, I have parties.
Oh, yes.
What's another way to talk about these beads?
I know
they're
the beads that you're talking
about. They're like round beads with like little connectors in between.
Tiny string. Yeah.
Yeah. And they come in lots of different colors. And you can take 2 chains of this kind of bead and press them into each other.
And then they'll interlock.
Yeah, and they'll lock together. And what's happening is you have like one pair of beads going in one line, and then you have another pair of beads going in like a perpendicular line. So they're like perfectly crossed with each other. And then you end up making a square of beads where there's like 4 beads in a square, and the diagonals of those beads are connected to each other. But once you press them together, they become like fully connected as a square. You know what I'm saying?
I think I know, but I don't know if that'll
read to anybody else.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the shape I'm thinking of when the 2 rings join with each other. Because they're not fully closed, they make this diagonal shape. And the corners where they're just barely touching are kind of like where the string is on the beads.
I'm noticing as I do this that I'm really not keeping track of, like, did I just do a brown one or a yellow one? Like, did I just connect one from the left pancake to the right pancake?
You're just kind of, okay, what did I just connect? That one's the next one.
I can just feel, I keep track of the one that I just connected. Hopefully I don't eat my words. but it feels like I can just keep track of the one that I just connected, and then use that to I can feel from that what I need to do next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
each time
this
you
one has
close a
4
ring,
through it.
Yeah.
And I know that the right half, and I can feel it that it's the right half. So I don't have to like mentally remember which did I just connect right to left or left to right. I'm able to tell by feeling what's open. What's like that's the main thing that I'm feeling for. Where is the gap? And then does that feel like it's on the left half or the right half?
Like, where's the division between the two pancakes? That's what you mean by the gap?
The kerf, the opening
I
between.
see the opening of each ring.
Yeah. With the 2 arms that open up. Oh. So like, I just closed this one, a brown one on the right pancake, and just by feeling the other rings nearby, I can find the gap on the next brown ring and the gap on the yellow ring. And I can tell that the yellow ring is attached to the ring that I just closed. So I know that it's on, so it has 3 rings through it. The yellow ring has 3 rings through it because it's attached to the one that I just closed. So when I close one that has 4 through it, the rings that are attached to it either have 3 or 4. And if the gap, like if the ring still has the opening, that means I haven't closed it yet. And if I close them as soon as they have 4 through it, then that must mean that it only has 3 through it, because it's still open. So this yellow one still has the opening, so I'm going to put the brown one through it, and now it has 4 through it, and I'm going to close it. So I'm going to rotate it so that the opening is towards the outside of the ball. Oh yeah, the ball is kind of taking shape now. I haven't announced every single connection that I've made, or maybe I have, but I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think I've skipped. But this part...
Did you want to announce every connection?
No, because it's basically the same thing over and over again. But I did want to mention that, like, I realized that I don't have to really think about that. So yeah.
So you just kind of you just closed a ring, and you find the 2 open rings that are next to it, and one of them is clearly the one with 3 that you're about to close.
Yeah, it's so the one that I just closed, I actually feel the ring that's forward and to one side, and I see if there's a gap there, and there is, and so I know that this is the next one to close. But it could have been that I felt that gap on the other side, but I don't feel it on the ring on the other side. So the ring that I just closed, there's 4 rings through it, 2 on the left-hand side, 2 on the right-hand side. The 2 front ones, the front left and the front right, one of them has an opening and the other one doesn't. So that's how I know what to do next.
I see.
So the one that has an opening for this, the ring that I just closed, is the front right relative to the ring that I just closed. So I know that I grab that one and one from the left. And I'm going to be feeling for one that is a bit easier to move around. It only has 2 rings through it on the left-hand side. And once I put it through the one on the right-hand side that has 3 rings through it, then it'll be a little bit stiffer, a little bit harder to move around. Unless I skipped one, which, nope, I didn't. But yeah, that's something that I have done before. I've skipped one. Anyway, so there's the gap, geese. And it's through. Okay. Now spin it so that the gap is outside of the ball for the right for the that means that the kerf is away from me. Yeah, I guess it's useful to have the word kerf to talk about the opening in a specific ring as opposed to the opening in something somewhere.
Yeah. Also, like, there's also an opening that goes through the middle of every ring in some sense.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not that opening.
How many holes are in a straw?
Yeah.
1? No. 2? No. Wait, 1. It's just really long.
So yeah, these rings are like straws that you
Really
spun around in a circle.
Oh,
and now
or like that, yeah.
The top and bottom of the straw are now like touching each other. And where that touching is happening, that's the kerf.
I was thinking you could think of the...
Oh, I see. You could also think of...
If the ring was completely closed and solid, then it would be a really short straw in some sense.
You're saying. That's another way to think of it.
Oh my goodness. So I feel an opening here, and I'm pretty sure I just closed this one. So that means there should be a brown one over here somewhere. No. Wait. With an opening? Is there an opening on this and I just can't get to it? There it is.
Good.
All right. Have I messed up yet?
I don't think so. I can look at it if you want.
Let me get this through now that I've found a bunch the breaks on both of them. It's starting to get difficult to maneuver the whole thing, the ball. I think I'll put a cloth in the middle, like a white cloth, because that'll be the easiest to see what's going on for demonstration purposes. There we go. Got it.
Nice.
Okay. But that's still a ways away. This part goes really, really slow because each connection only gets you like half as far. Because they're so dense. The connections are so much more dense.
Yeah. So row 0 has 1 ring. Row 1 has 6 rings. And then row 1 has 12 rings. Row 2 has 15 rings. And row 3 has 15 rings. So now you're joining together 2 row 3s. So there's 30 rings in all.
30 joinings to do. And I don't know how many there are when I shove a bunch of rings in the middle. Maybe like 10 of them are open.
Yeah, I don't know when the best time to fill the ball is.
I usually put in like a few rings and then I close it a little bit more and then I put a few more rings and then I close it a little bit more. And then at some point there's only like 1 or 2 openings, 1 or 2 rings from the group of 30 that haven't been connected. Like when it gets down to 1, it's actually really hard to get a ring in there. But when there's like 2, then I try to cram the last couple in. Yeah.
I think being able to see, like the hardest part for me is filling the balls with the rings. And then
the more
not
open,
having it spill out.
Yeah, the more open it is, the easier it is to get them in, but also the easier it is for them to fall out again. So it's a trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a lot of them in when it's pretty far open, but you're risking them falling right back out again, which I guess is not that big of a deal. You could just put them back in again.
Yeah. And I like to have them be like very, very full, but like some people like to have them more like squishy. So the squishier you make it, the easier it is because you don't have to like stuff it quite as full, and so stuff doesn't want to fall out quite so much.
True. And when it's stuffed really full, it's just harder to maneuver the rings.
Yeah, they're more stiff.
To get them to align. Yeah. And juggling is different.
Yeah. Our friend juggles like so many, and he usually does hacky sacks. And like I think he prefers the more worn in, like squishier ones.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Definitely, if they match, it's easier to juggle them, no matter what they're like.
Yeah, that's true. Matching is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like if you have some good ones and some bad ones, that's better than having all bad ones that match each other.
Yeah, all bad ones that match each other, where, bad is subjective. But if you had something that you're like, I don't like this juggling ball, but there's 3 of these, and there's only 2 of these really nice ones, I would totally juggle the one that there's 3 of and be much happier.
Could be. Could buzz.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Should we just pause for a while I finish this off? I think I'm like fairly confident now. When I started off, I was like, wow, I don't know if I can do this. But now I feel like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I'm definitely in practice. I don't do movie magic. I don't speed up certain portions or cut them out.
I mean, we could just end this video here.
Yeah,
Come
or
back
if you
to
could
it when it's...
pause it.
I can pause it.
Actually, if you end it and then start another one, I have in practice put together several different videos that came right after each other. I know how to do that, and I do, in fact, do it.
Would you prefer having a long video of the whole process, or would you prefer having it paused and then come back to it?
I think I don't know. I feel like realistically probably it's better just to pause it, but I also feel like, but if I don't get all the video, I can't, like, it's easier to undo one of them than the other.
Yeah.
Existential crisis. Oh no.
It's been 29 minutes.
Oh wow. Yeah, I guess just pause it there.
Okay. I'm gonna pause it.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm down to where the opening for the ball is about big enough for me to stick my finger into, and that feels like a good place to try to stuff the middle. I'm going to stuff the middle with this rag so that the outside, rather than filling it with a bunch of rings, which would make it harder to tell which rings are on the outside and which rings are in the middle.
I have some bad news. My phone is at 5% battery.
Okay. All right, we'll continue next time.
Sorry, did you want to talk about where you ended this again?
That was pretty quick. I got to the point where I can still stick my finger into the opening, and I was about to stick this into the center.
This fabric, this rag,
fabric,
white
yeah.
rag, so you can see.
It's actually kind of annoyingly difficult to get it in there, but yeah, we'll continue there next time. I took that off when you said, "Oh, my phone is dying."
Understandable.
I took off the blindfold.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.